A good morning, my dear students. This is teacher Kakuru Dennis. I would like us to proceed with our coverage on statistics. And today I bring you a short lesson looking at how to find the mean using the assumed mean method. When we are using the assumed mean method, we have to assume a mean value, which can also be called the working mean, that must be picked amongst the midpoints. Given our classes, we shall be able to get our midpoints by adding 10 plus 19 divided by 2. The midpoint is ideally the middle point of 10 and 19 or 20 and 29. Given that our class width is 10, when we add 10 and 19 and divide by 2, we shall get our first value as 14.5. Thereafter, we only need to keep adding 10 if we want to do it very fast. And we shall get our column filled in as I am doing right now. We have 54.5, we have 64.5 here. After identifying this, we can now go ahead to identify the working mean value we are going to use. If I let A be the letter to represent the working mean, we shall choose the working mean as that value whose frequency is the highest. The value of X with the highest frequency, and therefore 44.5 qualifies to be our working mean, which we must pull out and indicate there. If we call it A, we have another column where we have X minus A. That means we are going to get this value and take away that value. This value, take away that value. If you want to use a calculator, but you can use simple subtraction, that 14.5 minus 44.5 will give us a negative 30. You can even say it is 44.5 minus 14.5, but remember for the upper parts, the values will be negative and they will be decreasing negatives until you get to 0. So we have these values, and definitely here we have a 0. Then we have them increase again depending on how many you have there. Now our next calculation is multiplying the frequency by the X minus assumed mean column. This will give us negative 90 for this value. 7 by negative 20 will give us negative 140. 12 by negative 10 will give us negative 120. This will definitely give us 0. 12 by 10 will give us positive 120. And 6 by 20 will still give us positive 120. We need to sum up two columns. The summation of F. When you add these values, we have 30, 36, 48, 51, 58 will be our total here. And we need to sum up the F into X minus A. When we sum up this column as well, we will notice that it will give us a total of 110. Now that is our filled up table. To find the mean, we use the mean will be equal to the working mean, which we have said you can also call the assumed mean, plus the summation of F into X minus A divided by the summation of F. Our working mean is known as 44.5, and our summation of F of X into A, F into X minus A is 110. Our summation of F is 58. This symbol can be used to represent the mean. X, if I call it X with a dash. Therefore, using our calculators, we can eventually get our mean as, when we add, as 44.5 plus 110 by 58 will give us 1.89, 1.897. If we add 44.5 onto this. This is a negative, sorry, this is a negative, so this would be a negative value. This would be a negative value, and if we subtract it from 44.5, we shall have our answer reduce to a value that will give us our mean final, as the mean will finally be given as 42.60. 42.60. I want to put a note here that those following this lesson or this program or my lessons on YouTube should note that assumed mean value is considered to be the value of x, or the value in the column of the midpoint, the value in the column of the midpoint that corresponds with the highest frequency. The highest frequency in your table. However, I must also note, number 2, that any value of x can be used as assumed mean, and it returns, if any of the values is used as I have taken you through, it returns the same answer for every student. The same answer for the mean, for every student, of course, who substitutes it correctly. Yes, I want to thank you, and I hope you'll find this work meaningful. Please share this work, subscribe, and encourage your friends. Let's learn together as we mitigate the COVID situation. Temugwamu maanyi, everything that starts must always have an end. God bless you.